Have you ever noticed how certain moments carry a deeper intensity than others? Not simply because of what's happening in front of you, but because of what's being communicated silently, without a single word. The truth is, intimacy isn't purely physical. It's a form of psychological warfare wrapped inside tenderness, and most men completely misunderstand what it actually represents. Many assume it's only about the body, but for a woman it's far more layered. It involves trust, control, surrender, and the exchange of emotional energy. It's the one experience where vulnerability collides with dominance, and the polarity between the two becomes undeniable. Today, we're going to uncover 5 Stoic psychological truths about what deep intimacy truly means from a woman's perspective. Not the soft, romanticized version people talk about casually, but the raw and often unspoken reality beneath it. Welcome. To our legendary subscribers, you are the force that keeps this brotherhood alive. May you and everyone close to you remain safe, resilient, and surrounded by love wherever life leads you. If you're new here, like, share, and subscribe. Because in this space, we don't chase validation. Instead, we decode human nature. We study psychology, philosophy, and attraction. The lessons most schools never had the courage to teach. Let us begin. Truth 1. It's her test of emotional safety. When a woman becomes intimate with you on that level, it isn't merely physical permission. It's psychological exposure. In that moment, what she's truly asking is, do I trust this man enough to allow myself to be vulnerable in front of him? You might see it as something casual, but she almost never does, even if her words suggest otherwise. Her body always reveals the truth that language cannot express. For the feminine psyche, intimacy without emotional safety feels like betrayal. It isn't the action itself that matters most. It's the meaning behind it. If she senses emotional instability in you, anger, insecurity, uncontrolled ego, she will never completely relax. Her deepest instinct is self-protection, especially from the chaos of a man who cannot manage his own emotions. But when she trusts you enough to surrender to that moment, what you're witnessing isn't simply lust. It's a form of reverence, a quiet recognition of your steadiness, your restraint, and your composure. In that space, she isn't submitting to you. She's respecting your self-control. That's the part most men fail to understand. Power in intimacy isn't something taken. It's something granted through the feeling of safety. Yet safety by itself doesn't create attraction. If emotional trust is the foundation, then something else must build the tension above it. That brings us to the next truth, the primal force in female psychology that fuels attraction itself. Truth 2. It's her way of measuring your power. Let us speak honestly. Attraction isn't democratic, it's instinctive. Women don't simply experience desire. They assess it. In her mind, intimacy is never just a fleeting moment. It becomes a subconscious evaluation of your dominance, composure, and presence under pressure. This isn't about controlling her. It's about the level of control you have over yourself. When a man remains calm, grounded, and confident even in intense situations, he offers something rare, certainty. The feminine wants to feel secure during the storm. But she also wants to feel the storm itself. And when your masculine energy combines intensity with stillness, that's when surrender happens. Not because she feels obligated, but because instinct draws her there. She isn't admiring your body alone. She's responding to the aura of self-command surrounding you. Your control transforms her chaos into calm. That's why women naturally gravitate toward men who maintain emotional composure. Deep down, she isn't searching for attention. She's searching for gravity. Observe the next concept, the power of silence. The Stoic law of attraction reveals why a calm presence pulls people in, especially women, more strongly than endless words ever could. But the story goes deeper than power or control. In fact, the next truth completely flips the perspective. Sometimes the most powerful man present is the one who understands that genuine intimacy isn't about dominance at all. It's about mutual surrender. Truth 3. It's her recognition of your authenticity. Every woman, whether she realizes it or not, becomes a psychologist when she's around a man. She studies your tone, your pauses, your breathing, even the slightest hesitation. And during the most intimate moments, she studies something deeper, your soul. You might believe she's reacting to your physical presence. In reality, she's responding to your energy. Because what you offer her in that moment isn't just touch, it's truth. your authenticity, your intention, your level of self-control. Women have an extraordinary sensitivity to emotional inconsistency. If your words say, "I care," but your energy reveals that you're merely performing, she will recognize it instantly. That's why Stoic mastery matters far more than surface-level confidence. When you're genuinely present without neediness or performance, she feels safe enough to surrender. Not because she lacks strength, but because your stillness gives her permission to experience her own emotions fully. To her, that moment becomes a kind of spiritual transparency. It's her silent way of asking, "Show me who you really are when you're not trying to impress the world." And when she senses true composure, an unshakable presence, that's when respect transforms into connection. Because to a woman, a man capable of mastering himself is one of the rarest things on earth. However, presence alone isn't enough. A man may possess the calm of a monk, but if she never senses the intensity of his desire, he risks being seen as nothing more than a disciplined, nice guy. The feminine doesn't only want peace, she wants passion contained within that peace. And that leads to the next truth, the paradox of attraction. Truth 4. It's her craving for controlled danger. Most men misunderstand this. A woman doesn't fall for chaos, but she can be magnetized by controlled chaos. That's why she feels that electric pull toward a man who appears calm yet carries a subtle edge, a quiet danger hidden beneath composure. That energy communicates something powerful. I have the capacity to lose control, but I choose discipline instead. That choice is what fascinates her. A masculine presence capable of domination yet guided by restraint represents both strength and morality. It's this duality that keeps her emotionally and physically intrigued. The Stoics describe this concept as temperantia power, held in check by wisdom. Modern psychology often calls it emotional polarity. She isn't drawn only to your actions, but to the energy of how strongly you regulate what you could do. That's why small moments matter. Holding eye contact just a second longer than expected, touching her hand without rushing forward, allowing silence to linger calmly and deliberately. You're not manipulating her in those moments. You're communicating through restraint. You're showing her she's safe while reminding her she's dealing with a man who possesses strength beneath that calm surface. Truth 5. It's an exchange of energy, not a transaction. This is the level most men never reach. Intimacy isn't a reward given or taken. It's a transfer. During that moment, two nervous systems are essentially negotiating trust, presence, and safety. She isn't evaluating techniques or performance. She's sensing the emotional energy you bring into the space. If you carry insecurity, that energy spreads like smoke. If you remain calm, she relaxes. If you combine strength with kindness, she feels both intensity and freedom simultaneously. That is the paradox of polarity. The masculine provides direction. The feminine provides depth. When those two forces merge, the experience becomes something greater than pleasure. It becomes recognition. She isn't responding simply to your body. She's responding to the frequency of your being. That's why self-mastery is essential. Energy cannot be faked. If your mind is restless, she will sense it. If your intention is selfish, she will withdraw. But when your presence is grounded, clear, and intentional, she softens. Because for the feminine, intimacy isn't just about what happens to her. It's about what awakens within her, and that awakening only occurs when the man before her is fully anchored within himself. That's the real secret. When she offers you that level of closeness, she isn't surrendering to your body. She's surrendering to your discipline. This is why the untrained man often loses her after the moment passes, but the grounded man remains in her thoughts long afterward. He leaves an imprint, not merely an impression. Conclusion. So what does all of this mean for you? It means attraction isn't created in the bedroom. It's created in the energy you carry long before you ever reach that space. It's not about what you do with her. It's about the work you have done on yourself. Master your emotions, refine your intentions, and your presence will communicate far more than any technique ever could. Let us raise those likes to spread this message further, because it deserves to reach every man walking this path. You are part of the brotherhood, men who move with patience, power, and purpose. We don't chase approval. We master our energy until the world naturally responds to it. May you and your loved ones stay safe, strong, and surrounded. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.